Sorry for this longish gap. I've been away from my YouTube channel for quite some time. Today, I thought let me talk to you about many things which have been said about history, about rewriting history. For me, this whole rewriting history project actually is not rewriting, but more of a reimagining history, which is something we can say uh, which some people want to imagine in India, imagine a past of India in a manner which suits their present political concerns. So it is not an academic project. For me, it is a political project, which is reflected in various appeals being made by political leaders, by the ministers who want to rewrite history, people who are not even concerned about the past that way. They are not even experts on the past, but they still very passionately believe that something has really gone very seriously wrong, and they need to redo or rewrite history. So I want to question that whole idea of rewriting, because history has been rewritten several times from 1947 onwards. It used to be a history written by the British, and they wrote it in their own context, the way it suited them. They imagined India in the manner which conformed with their idea of India, proving that they are the people who have come to India, because Indians do not really have a great past. They didn't really contribute much either to science or to culture or to civilization, for that matter. And the idea was to prove that the colonized are worth colonizing, because they have nothing really very much to imagine or to be proud of in their past. So one can understand that. But that whole idea has been questioned by a large number of historians in the past few decades. And the claims which are being made today that we need to rewrite history to decolonize history writing, to keep his history writing or project of understanding the past away from Eurocentric perspective. I think this has been done by several historians already, and the people who are trying to do it may disagree with the way it has been done. But it has been done by scholars, not propagandists, scholars from the right, from the left, and scholars who had neither right or nor left leanings, but they were liberal scholars, and they have written immensely about our past. But today, when it is said that we need to rewrite history, which I call reimagination of history, they want to do it in the geocultural perspective and not geopolitical perspective. This is what the ICHR claims to do. But what is this geocultural perspective in a country like India? In India, where you have multiplicity of cultures, multiplicity of languages, multiplicity of religions over the years, religions born in India, religions which came into India from outside, but they've all become totally Indianized. They are all part of our culture, of our history. So we can't exclude them. Now, if you talk of geocultural, if this geocultural cannot be followed, because India is a diverse country. Whose culture, which culture? Within Hinduism, there is huge diversity, and so which particular perspective are you going to follow? So this claim that geocultural history will be written now, which has not been done before, is actually wrong, because we have already followed lots of important aspects of our culture. Our diverse culture may disagree with the way it has been done, but it has been done by scholars, not propagandists, scholars from the right, from the left, and scholars who had neither right or nor left leanings, but they were liberal scholars, and they have written immensely about our past. But today, when it is said that we need to rewrite history, which I call reimagination of history, they want to do it in the geocultural perspective and not geopolitical perspective. This is what the ICHR claims to do. But what is this geocultural perspective in a country like India? In India, where you have multiplicity of cultures, multiplicity of languages, multiplicity of religions over the years, religions born in India, religions which came into India from outside, but they've all become totally Indianized. They are all part of our culture, of our history. So we can't exclude them. Now, if you talk of geocultural, if this geocultural cannot be followed because India is a diverse country. Whose culture? Which culture? Within Hinduism, there is huge diversity, and so which particular perspective are you going to follow? So this claim that geocultural history will be written now, which has not been done before, is actually wrong, because we have already followed lots of important aspects of our culture, our diverse culture, and lots of tomes of volumes are actually available, which we can read. So these claims are bogus for me, because they have no real grounding in our scholarship, because they don't really conform to the available scholarship. Then, in this context, there are also claims being made that we need to follow cultural nationalism. What is this cultural nationalism? No, we cannot follow. What sort of cultural nationalism are you going to follow? And I use exactly the same example here. Which particular culture is to be given a priority in this country? No, we need to be, we are a multicultural country. We were never homogeneous. We had heterogeneity of cultures, of languages, of religions. So cultural nationalism is absolutely outrageous idea for a country like India. We are not a small European country where there is one language, one culture. Even in many European countries today, this diversity we can see, but to some extent they are different from us. We have been a diverse country, and we have been proud of the fact that we are diverse in cultures, we are diverse in languages, we are diverse in religions. So this whole idea of cultural nationalism itself is absolutely away from Indian reality. So these claims which are being made are somehow political claims which need to be seen in that particular perspective. And I have example, I have used it in my work as well. In the 19th century, we had somebody called Jamaluddin Afghani, who was a pan-Islamist, anti-imperialist, who traveled around the world to sensitize people, the Muslim world, and the world even otherwise, like India, which was not just a Muslim world, which was, again, as I said, a diverse country. He came to India in the 1880s and spoke to a large number of young Muslim young youth. Like, I remember he addressed a gathering of few hundred young Muslim men in Calcutta, where he forgot about his pan-Islamism. He said, India is a diverse country, and our nationalism, your nationalism here, need to be composite. You need to join hands with the majority Hindus to form a composite nation and fight against the British. So, if you have an example like this, in the 19th century. Uh, how can you actually get away from that? Because that is a definition which we followed during our freedom struggle as well. Large number of people from Sardar Patel to Bhagat Singh to Maulana Azad and Nehru and Gandhi, all of them, all of them followed an example which was composite, which was indivisible, which was an idea of nation which took everybody along and not really excluded anyone. So when you imagine today in India and you want to rewrite history of India, you have to keep this particular aspect in your mind. If you deliberately get away from it because it doesn't suit your own politics today, then that particular history is not going to be really an academic exercise. It is going to be a political project. And that's what I had been saying all these years, that the project which has been initiated recently is actually a political project, and one need to keep that in mind. We need to understand that India, being a diverse country, we cannot impose a particular way of thinking, which excludes a large number of your own people, your own citizens, your own fellow Indians, and you don't imagine them as part of our history. So this project, I must say, need to be questioned on that count, and we we find lots of other things which are being imagined, and I called it imagined history because lots of things are being imagined to rewrite history, which did not really exist. They are factually incorrect. Actually, those facts don't even exist. So if you rewrite history, if you imagine writing history on the basis of facts which do not exist, then I don't think that history is worth pursuing, or that history is worth believing. And we need to raise a word of caution that this sort of history should not be pursued, and we need to be careful about what actually is produced. Second, in the end, I must say that the claim that within a couple of years, like 2, 3, or 4 years, 13 or 14 volumes can be produced. No serious scholarship can be produced in 3 years, which comes out with 13 or 14 volumes. So that again is a very, very non-serious attitude, and I don't see any seriousness in the project. And I hope I am proved wrong if something comes out, and if it is something worth studying. But on the face of it, if you look at it, if you look at the outline of the project, I don't think it's a very serious agenda, or it actually means anything except politics. Thank you.